Yo, 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 what's up with the get down? I am Detroit Lenny with Morning Wood. I only have the wrong glasses on. Allie Burns will be here in momentarily. She is she's restarting her computer. Had some issues as far as computer stuff when she logged on. So she's in, but she's just got some what do you call it? Oh, and my stuff. Speaking of computer issues. Let's try that. So she'll be here momentarily. You know, got to restart, do all that good stuff. Give me 1 second. I got to send out invites. Morning Wood link. And I gotta I also do this. I got to figure out some ESPN stuff or some soccer picks on ESPN for yesterday. So bear with me. Good afternoon, everyone. How are things going? Well, you know, it's going. Yeah, technical issues. She's got technical issues. She's logged in. She goes, "Can you see me and hear me?" I'm like, "Yes." She goes, "Okay, my computer's all jacked up. I'm just going to restart. And I'll be right at. So she's going to restart. We're going to have Jesse Scholl on the show and possibly Sammy P, I think. This FanDuel thing goes good with my room. But I got to remind everybody, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Allie Burns, everybody.
What's happening? I made it.
What's happening? I told him you were having
my whole computer was like a strobe light. I was like, "Oh, this
technical
this is
issues." That's what I told him. I didn't tell him about the FanDuel stuff. I just got into that.
All right. So, well,
you tell him about that. I'm going to
let me carry on with that because FanDuel is giving you a no sweat first bet when you get signed up with them. There's a link in the description of this video. Just click on that and it's going to take you right to where you need to go. Up to $1,000, guys. Free money, honeys. Free money.
That's fair.
Did you send the link to Jesse and to Sammy P?
I sent it to Jesse. I did not send it to Sammy P.
I'm all like,
but I can.
Befuddled now and out of place. Here's Jesse right here. Let's say hi to some of our peeps. What's up, Breaking Vegas Sports Bets? Things are going. Finally, they're going. J-Rock's going to take the Broncos -3.5.
Oh, you just tell him, hold on there, buddy. I still got to grade yesterday's.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was me. I graded I was up late grading every freaking thing last night, but I didn't get to that. All right, let's bring in Jesse the Iceman, Jesse Scholl. How's it going, friend?
It's going pretty good.
Rocking and rolling. All right, I like to hear it. What are you in Malaysia now?
Still in Malaysia for a couple more days, enjoying it with the family. Nice little holiday.
Well, that's awesome.
The holiday.
Holiday, yes. That's what they call vacations overseas.
I know. I realize that. I need a holiday.
I just got back from one and I could use another one for that matter.
That's fair.
It was a lot of travel within my travel.
It's like when you come back from vacation, you need a vacation from the vacation.
From the vacation.
Yeah, and then travel. Yeah, for sure.
That is just it. So how you been doing, Jesse? How's your how have picks been going? Sorry, I'm clicking on too many things and trying to talk at the same time.
It's been pretty slow the last couple of days with the final days of the Major League Baseball season. I probably shouldn't have bet on any baseball the last few days. The couple games I did put out didn't work out for me, but it was only a couple games, and I've got a pretty healthy buffer so far for the month, so still looking pretty good.
Yeah, you're number 3 over the last 30 days. You're up $1,941. So you're still kicking butt and taking names.
Can you hear her? Is it me?
Yep. I hear you both.
I can't hear either one of you guys now.
You can't hear me now?
I'll be back.
Is it going to be this kind of day? All right. Is it going to be this? Some days are just this way. What can you do?
There. I don't know what happened. I can hear you guys now. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't hear you for a second. I don't know if it's
Well,
but I don't know.
Smash that like button. Listen to Terry Edelman. He knows what's going on. What's up, Stimmy OG? Yo, yo, yo. What it do? Hi, Tate the Great. Wild -1.5. I was 2-0 last. I rejoined the Handicapper and was 2-0 on preseason basketball, and then realized that my phone never sent in like 2 days of my picks. I've been having phone issues also. Mercury retrograde is kicking my butt. So who are you liking today, Jesse? Are you playing the football game?
I do have a play in the football game tonight.
There we go.
And I'm really excited about the upcoming games this weekend in college football.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
where
What are you
my
looking at?
full focus is at. Well, for this show, if we're looking to give out picks, I really like Illinois to beat Iowa. A home game for Illinois. I mean, there is I'm sure there's people out there that are going to say it's a letdown spot after they beat Wisconsin, but I was so impressed with every facet of their game last week. Their defense, the running game, the quarterback play, and Iowa's offense is just so brutal. I don't see them winning a road game in Illinois.
And you were correct. Didn't Kansas and Duke both won, didn't they?
Yeah, I had both of them. That was both of those games were on my card.
Yeah, that was last week when you were on the show. That was your those were your 2 plays.
And everybody's taking TCU this week to beat Kansas, and I've laid off that game so far. But if the money keeps on coming in on TCU, if they give me enough points, I'd have to take Kansas just for the sake of it.
Well, didn't TCU? They just had like that blowout against SMU. Didn't it? No, it wasn't SMU. It was.
They smoked Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
20,
there it is.
20 odd points.
There it is. So, would you consider that to be a letdown spot?
I would consider it to be a letdown spot, and but I mean, people would probably say that Kansas being ranked for the first time in I don't know how many decades probably is a letdown spot for them too. But at the end of the day, who's Jesse's girl? I like that song too. Anyways, you could say it's a letdown spot for Kansas, but at the end of the day, they're getting a touchdown. If you could get the hook on top of that, I'd really like it.
Yeah. I have this thing, I call it the curse of the 20s. And it's like when the teams first get up into 25, 24, when they first cross over that bubble, a lot of times they trip over their own dick and it just doesn't work out for them. It's like they can't take the pressure of being in the top 25. So Kansas could be in that spot also. It may score 23-20. Oh, this is so Breaking Vegas. It says if you can get the Colts to 3 plus 3.5, take it. If you can get Denver 2.5, take it. The 3 pushes in 20 of 17 games where Russell Wilson drives for the winning field goal. He says it may score 23-20. That's a popular number in the NFL. What do you think about that, Jesse?
I would tend to agree. I mean, key numbers, and this game looks like a particularly good game to do the side and total teaser because I think the line's pretty sharp here, and it really does feel like a true coin flip game.
All
right, Lenny, what's the tease? You're the boss.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I like.
We're not teasing through zero.
I'm gonna do a Nevada parlay. I'm taking Nevada and UNLV. That's my tease for tonight. I'm taking both of them. I'm taking Nevada from 3 to +3. I know I hate the 0, but I also like that over. So I'm teasing it over 38 and 3-team and then I'm taking UNLV plus like 13. And I don't want nothing to do with this NFL game. I actually think the Colts win outright, but that would be a lean. And the only reason is because it's in Denver. I worry about playing a Mile High and all that stuff, but I kind of dig the Colts today for God knows what reason. Sooner or later they got to get shit together, and I think what's his name's backup, Jonathan Taylor's backup, Naheem Hines or however you say his name. I think he's gonna have a good day.
Shoot, I need to look at my fantasy stuff and make sure I don't have anything going on that doesn't need to be going on. We do have 76% of the money is on Broncos. The -2 went to a -3. 69% of the cash is on the under. 40.5 is at a 42.5. Those primetime unders.
Right. 7 people left in last Woody. I see that somebody, I think Brian Dance asked that, and I don't know if I answered that.
Brian Dance.
I don't know.
There's 7 people left in the Woody, and you are one of them.
Yup.
AP took the Colts +4 a couple days ago. Sorry, Jesse, I do this sometimes. It's weird for people that don't watch the show.
Randomly. We just kind of go with it.
Yeah, just let me do my thing. I'll stop.
Yeah.
I'll fizzle out. I'll fizzle right out. Kansas is ranked, yeah, for the first time since 2009. Wow. What is the secret behind their success, Jesse? You said that you really last week when you were on the show, you said, Lenny had said, we're going to find out who Kansas really is. They're about to play a big boy school. And you said, I feel like I know who Kansas really is. So who is Kansas?
Well, I must admit, what I said last week was that their offense was good enough that if they were losing by 10, they would be able to get that late touchdown for that backdoor cover.
Yes, you did say
but it was not the game that it didn't play out that way at all. I mean, it was, what was it? A really low scoring, grinded out defensive battle, and Iowa State missed a field goal. Kansas actually got sort of lucky, but they were in the game the entire time, and they did it with their defense, which is uncharacteristic. It's not what we would have expected from them, but it also shows us that they're a team that did something they don't normally do, but found a way to win, which is a characteristic of good teams, winning teams that you can trust and go to the bank on. Like I say, everybody and their dogs on TCU this week. It does look like this is a big step up. TCU could really hammer them, but after having success with a team like Kansas, I don't think it's the sharp move to go and bet against them and lay a bunch of points. So I'm either sitting out or waiting till that number goes up a little more, and maybe hope they can pull off another shocker.
Yeah, 11-14 against Iowa State. Not the most exciting game of the week.
I will say this: Kansas makes a teaser card for me on Saturday football. I'll take Kansas plus 13, 14 if I can get it, or in there, depending. Shop your lines, everybody. 6-point teaser or whatever. I don't mind doing a 7-point teaser if you've got enough teams and you're teasing it the right way to get key numbers. But I think Kansas makes a card with plus 10. Colts gut play. Yes, sir.
You're not the only one that thinks that, because 77% of the cash is on TCU, but 51% of the tickets are on Kansas. So they're definitely visiting some teasers this week already.
Yeah, 100%.
J-Rock says their secret is their quarterback. The Kansas secret is their quarterback.
He's been great.
Something
Too many
Daniels is
injuries
his
on
name.
the Colts side.
Something Daniels is his name. Javon or I don't know. It's something. It's Jay Daniels. I know that. I'm not good with names, but he is
probably
good.
It's hard not to get mixed up with the LSU quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, like
The
at
LSU
some
quarterback.
point with so many college games and NFL games, all these guys kind of blend together. Like they're all on the same team. Team Lenny. Team make Lenny money. That's what team they're on. Yeah, so.
Don't judge me, Breaking Vegas. You guys used to love my songs when I would sing to you. What was it? Oh, did you invite Jesse or not Jesse?
Yep,
Sam.
Sammy P.
Okay,
yep, he
perfect.
got the link. He responded on Twitter. We got it. See you soon.
Okay, perfect. And then
I
yes,
told him,
is our
10:30.
gut play. But what do we? Louise Jordan says there's too many injuries on the Colts side. So what's going on there?
There's all kinds of
True
injuries.
story, but a lot of injuries on Denver's side too.
Okay, so that's kind of a wash. It's one of those things you want to look at it, but we're not going to base our whole play around
Like
it.
Jonathan Taylor, who arguably top running back in the league last year, top 3 anyway, hasn't really produced or done anything this year anyway. So him being out, I think maybe lights a fire under his backup. Son of a
I agree with Lenny's assessment on that. It could be addition by subtraction. You got a guy that's not performing up to his capabilities. He's banged up. You're giving him the ball anyways. If you know he's not there, you know you can't rely on him. You got to plan around that and do something else, and that could benefit you.
That's fair.
It's funny how those things work out sometimes. You think you got your
Denver's,
best player and the whole wide world is on the bench and you're screwed, and then you have the best game ever. What were you going to say, Lenny?
I was going to say, I do like the under in this game. Primetime games under, and these two offenses are anemic, to describe them nicely. One's averaging 14.5 points. One's averaging 16.5 points, give or take. Both giving up. One's giving up like 18. One's giving up like 20. So, I mean, tease it. If you're going to give me a teaser, if you on an NFL teaser, I'll take the Colts plus points and under.
All right.
I mean, I don't think Denver's blowing anybody out. And I'm just, I just don't think it's decided by 10 plus, so I'll take the Colts plus if I can get up to that 10 number, and then up or under, I don't hate that.
All right. We're not hating it.
So there's that.
All right. Well, I like that.
But yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
Lots of soccer going on right now.
Yes.
Jesse, what have you been playing soccer?
I must admit,
He's like, I'm out. You said the soccer word. I'm done.
Since I've been on holidays, I haven't. I mean, it was the international break when I left home, and it's just kind of fired up again, and I haven't really gotten into it. But I will be digging back in soon. But I haven't been playing any soccer the last week.
It's hard to keep up with right now. There is so much going on in so many different places, and it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of action. TCU has only played teams that can't stop anyone. So played teams with bad defenses. All right. What's up, everyone? I forgot what your GFG stands for. Winner with UCF and the under. That was a close one, man. Well, it landed right on 60, didn't it? I think it was 49 to whatever equals 60.
Teaser cash. Backdoor last night cash on that over.
I know you kept saying that you wanted it in the 50s. Like if I could just get
I just need it in the 50s. Yeah.
And nice teaser, Lenny, man.
Still 1-1 on handicap 10 because Central Florida didn't show up in the first half. And I'm like, son of a. But it's 1-1, but full game, they did me okay. And the teaser was a nice little half a car payment.
All right. The NFL play today is over the 42. He's 10-1 NFL with his GFG plays, old razor sharp picks.
Okay.
Jesse does not have soccer today. He has been, you said you haven't really been watching. You're kind of out of the loop right now on soccer. So
out of the loop. The international break just kind of messed up my soccer mojo.
Fair enough. That happens, man. I went out of town. I just got back when did I get back? Monday. I have no idea what was going on in baseball. Like I literally I'm like, who's in, who's out, what's happening, when's the wild card start? I have no idea. It's good for us sometimes just to like ignore that part of our brain. Yeah, I was such a grown up. I went like 5 whole days without making a bet. I know, right?
I don't know what that's like.
Breaking Vegas teased the Colts and the under.
Yeah, I don't hate that. 9-48. I don't think it gets over.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Roma and Braga, both money line today in the Europa League. AB, there's a J-Rock soccer pick for you. That's what it is. Gamblers first. I'm sorry, Razor.
I thought it meant go effing go. But that's me.
That extra second they added for the go-ahead touchdown really helped you out, huh, Lenny?
Hey, it wasn't pretty, bro. It wasn't pretty. Last night I was finished putting up Halloween decorations outside and stuff, and then I was like kind of had the game on in the living room, but with the door open, so loud enough where I could hear it. My neighbors probably thought I was ridiculous because I had sound blasting outside to the outside of my front yard, with this just play-by-play, you know, the game on, and I'm putting up Halloween stuff, and every time they score, I'm like, what happened? I'm just sending the 10-year-old in. What happened? And then and it was a nasty win, but sometimes they ain't pretty. But she might not be the prettiest girl at the dance, but she's the one I'm leaving with. Okay, I'm just saying.
So let's talk a little NFL. The Chargers, we can kind of cruise through, and I know Sammy will come in and talk Patriots. Sammy P is from Nesson, New England Sports Network, so he'll be in here in a little bit, and he'll talking
that Patriot bullshit.
We've got Chargers at the Browns. Opened at Chargers -1. There's 68% of the money is on the Browns, but now it's a Chargers -2.5. So the line's moving a little funny. 88% of that money is on an under. The 48 goes to a 47.5. There are 59% of the tickets on the Chargers, though. Do we have any initial thoughts, Jesse, on the Chargers at the Browns?
You're going to want to find out how bad the ribs are for Herbert there, and I mean, I think it's a pretty accurate line. I mean, this looks like a coin flip game. I mean, Cleveland's not going to roll over at home. They're probably due to have some positive regression. I think they lost 2 games by a combined 3 points or something. They've been making some costly mistakes at the end of games and not finishing. So I'm certainly not in a big hurry to start betting against Cleveland right now. That's what I'll say about that.
I had like a major flip out because I switched out Mike Williams. He's a Charger, right? For someone else who was another wide receiver. And then I was like, oh my God, is Herbert even throwing? I don't want him to be my wide receiver if Herbert's not throwing. And then I had a whole freak out, but then it all worked out really well in the end. But I didn't think he looked too bad. Did he get any more injuries, or is he like he played through the whole game and he was okay and we're still just in the rehab, right?
Yeah, it's one of those injuries that it's not like you can cast it or anything like that or have surgery to fix it or anything. It's just going to take nothing, but it's probably going to linger with him the rest of the season, to be honest with you, or for a good portion of it. So that Chargers-Browns game, it's just nasty. Like, I mean, it's just West Coast team going east or Midwest.
What's the weather going to be like? Are they indoor or out?
I kind of like the Browns, but just because I'll take a home dog all day. But
that could be a good tease too. If that got to a 3 and you could get it at a 9 or a 10, that could be a good tease.
I do like the under in that game because, first of all, Cleveland runs the ball very well. Nick Chubb controls the clock. And I think the Chargers, to be efficient on offense, need to run the ball better. So I think they're going to start to do that. They
need to run it to protect their quarterback as well, especially because Cleveland's got some monsters back there that other teams don't have, right? So, Herbert might have had a good game last week, but if he's got Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney chasing him around, you might want to be handing off to the running back a little more often.
Exactly.
I said this a million times, Breaking Vegas, and Josh told me I was wrong. I kept saying, I feel like Herbert is in a letdown year. And he was like, no, last year was his letdown year. And I'm like, well, I didn't get let down. So that makes this year his letdown year, ipso facto. So Breaking Vegas.
He looked pretty good against Kansas City. You got to give him credit for that.
He did. Yeah. I think, though, that
I'm not as high on him this year. And y'all know I'm a duck. Y'all know I was all over Justin, like from out the gate. And I still am. Justin. Much respect too. I just call it women's intuition. I've just got a feeling about him. Well, and look, now he's got a broken rib. So there you go. See, I win. I always win. Atlanta's 4-0 against the spread this year. That will be a chubby game.
Time to fade Atlanta. That's what that says.
Yeah, right.
Right, Tampa.
It's a real. It's a get right game for Tom Brady. His divorce is public now. They're coming off that ugly loss to the Chiefs. I really think this is one where the Bucs can really, lay the smack down on an inferior opponent. And if you look at last week's game against Kansas City, it was 2 fumbles that really cost them the game. You look at the box score, it lined up pretty even. I mean, both teams had 27 first downs. Total yards were fairly even. Brady threw for 385 yards on 39 of 52 passing. So, I mean, he wasn't exactly struggling. Oh, there's my man Rycape.
So J-Rob says, why until it fails? Take Atlanta again. I mean, at least with Atlanta, you're getting 9 points on a trend.
Well, my answer to that is I think when you start seeing the card really well, that it allows you to get a win backing a team 1 week, see something that develops, go against them the following week, and bounce back and forth. And when you can start doing that, you're a lot more likely to go 10-0 against the spread if you're moving things around. If you just pick one team and say I'm backing them every week, there's very few teams that go 10-0 against the spread for 10 weeks. So I think I'm going to agree to disagree with J-Rock there.
The way that I kind of look at it is, the Falcons are with only 56% of the money's on the Bucks. The -8 goes to a -9. They don't mind giving the Falcons +9 points. There's not a ton of money on it to like move it a whole full point. But like what that says to me is give the Falcons more points. Bucks cover, is kind of the way that I read it. Does that make sense? Is that right? Am I right? I'm always right.
Sure.
But no, so I agree with you, Jesse. Like, it's not like they're trying to hold it or, just stick the number at an 8. Like, they're moving it. They'll move that for you. I think Brady has hit the cliff. He missed a lot last week. He doesn't usually miss. Hard to say it, but I think it's over.
I said at the beginning of the year, this will be his last year, and it won't be by his choice.
That's fair.
People have been saying this about him for a long time, myself included. And I haven't been right yet. So
I've been saying it for 5 years. Sooner or later, I'm going to be right. I mean, now I'm in it. Now I'm knee deep in it. I might as well keep saying it,
Well, here's a guy that
years ago.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I said a couple years ago, I wrote an article spoofing that movie No Country for Old Men. And it was about Tom Brady. And, I superimposed his face into the movie cover. And they were going to New Orleans to play the Saints. And I said, the Saints are just going to punish them. And sure enough, he just lit them up. And people were sending me email, hate mail. You don't know what you're talking about. So, I mean, yeah, I've been predicting the demise of Tom Brady for a long time, and it hasn't happened yet.
Well, here's our friend. Let me just make sure I SP shoot. Yes, I do. Okay. Make sure that I have his Twitter handle correct. Sammy, friend of the show. We haven't seen you in a while. You're looking sharp. You're too dressed up for the show. What the heck?
Yeah, what are you
Ruffle
doing?
your hair or something.
Get that shit out of here. Unbutton a couple buttons. Act like
How's
you've
that?
been here before. Show the OnlyFans account.
There we go.
We got to pump up
Spill
those
some mustard on that shirt or something.
Yeah, you need at least 2 beer stains and a shot.
Well, I had to be the opposite of Lenny because Lenny looks like he's going to the game.
Oh, I'm going to Lions game November 7th or so 6th.
He is. So it's funny you should be. I didn't plan this, but the Lions are playing the Patriots this week. Just so happens. Just so happens. What's new with you, Sammy? Tell the people who you are, what you're about, and what you've been into lately.
Well, what am I about? I'm always trying to find another winner, right? It's been a pretty good run in the Super Contest. 14-6 could be obviously a lot better. I saw the leader of the million, by the way, is 18-1-1. That's insanity that somebody could pick 18 winners out of 20. I guess the bigger the pot gets, the more likely that is. But everything's good over here. We've got our daily betting show on NESN every day, 5:30 Eastern, and it's been a really good college season as well. Thank God baseball's almost over. Allie, I know you love betting baseball. I can't freaking stand it.
I love it.
But yeah,
I hated it the last 30 days. The last month or so, I just stopped in September for me. I was just
when I love baseball, when there's nothing else to bet on. That's the only time I love
That's it. Yeah. That's right.
You said your daily betting show's at 3 p.m. Eastern, right?
5:30.
5:30. Okay, so I was just way off. Have you met Jesse Shull? Do you know him, the Iceman? Jesse
I
Shull.
have heard, but I have not met.
The man, the myth, the legend, Jesse
You're
Shull.
famous. Yeah, you're famous and stuff. He's one of our
I don't normally wear this getup, and I normally shave, and shower and look more presentable. But I'm on holidays, so I let myself go a little bit.
I thought you were going to say, but I'm on morning wood. So
I swear to God,
Yeah.
that's what you were going to say. I was like,
I heard Allie likes them a little bit rough, so
I like a rugged man. I do.
Yeah,
I've heard that too. I hear a lot of things.
Oh, do you? Oh, do you? 2 out of 3 of you know my guy, so
I'm glad none of you have heard anything about me, and if you have, it's
I know
probably true.
everything about you.
Yeah,
what's wrong with baseball? That's just it. Xavier, that's a weird name. I can't get it. I have a whole theory. I don't even know if this is what you're talking about, but I have a theory that the letter X is not a letter, it's a symbol, and I get really upset about the letter X. Anyway, it's one of my conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So we talked about already the NFL game that's going on tonight, Sammy. Do you have any leans on Colts Denver? What were you looking at in that one? We've got some teasers going.
Before Jonathan Taylor got knocked out of this game, and that was a surprise because I didn't even know that he got hurt, last week in the Colts game. I was looking at team total over 19.5, but now that Taylor's out of the equation, I really don't love anything. The Colts have been such an under team their last 8 games, and that's because they've been awful inside the red zone. And I was sort of expecting regression the right way for Jonathan Taylor, who hadn't busted out for a big game in a while. 3 straight games without 75 yards after an opening game that was really solid. So I was going to look at some Colts over 19.5, some 20 plus money, but I don't really love that. I see on the board Lenny likes the Colts and the under. I wouldn't fight that for 1 second. I mean, you could tease 3.5 up through 6, 7, and 10. Well, if you're doing a 6 or a 7-point teaser, I guess. But I don't love this game. This is a mess of a Thursday night game.
It ain't. Like I said this earlier. It ain't the prettiest girl at the dance, but it's the one I'm leaving with. I mean, it is what it is. It's going to be a nasty. I'm more excited about the UNLV San Jose State game. Let me just say that I'm all over that, and I'm not a UNLV fan. I just like UNLV straight up in that game. So
they are having a hell of a season, though. For being UNLV, this is pretty impressive. They don't really do things like this. So
yeah, I like UNLV in Nevada against Colorado State, which might be the worst team in college football this year. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So tell me why your Patriots are going to lose.
Well,
how bad are they going to lose by?
I'm not a Patriots fan. Let's start by saying that I moved here 2 years ago. I'm not a Patriots fan.
I know. I know that about you, but I have to associate you with that.
So
because I feel like you're at least a Patriots expert.
I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. Last week was solid. We took 9.5 and 6.5 in the first half against Green Bay. Had to sweat the first half out because Rodgers had the ability to cover that number at the end of the second quarter, but that was a pretty easy cover. I mean, the game goes to overtime. You really can't lose 9.5. I guess you could, but it's going to be tough. So I think the spot here favors the running game for New England. Detroit is the 3rd worst rushing defense in the NFL. I mean, they're getting shredded on the ground, almost 170 yards a game. Lenny, I don't need to tell you. You understand. Also,
worst defense in NFL.
I don't think this is a big deal, but for Jared Goff, it might be a bigger deal. The Lions haven't even played outside yet this year. How is that possible? Through a month of the season, they had 3 games at home and they played at Minnesota. They've been relatively healthy up until last week. Now they got to go to Foxborough, face a top 5 Belichick defense with likely no DeAndre Swift. And is St. Brown playing the wide receiver? I haven't heard anything good on him.
No,
so he's back.
If he does play, he's limited.
Limited, aren't we all? We're all fucking limited, aren't we?
Yeah, it's fair.
I don't know.
Take a peek at my bankroll. That's limited.
How is Detroit going to stop the run? If you can't stop the run, I don't care who's at quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think they have any plans to. I really do think, my conspiracy theory here in my head is they have just decided to be really good on offense and try and outscore everybody. And, fuck defense. We're just going to try and score as much as we can, as often as we can. And you're going to have to score 30, 40 points to beat us. And I think New England, they're going to run the ball and they're going to run it right down our damn throats. And it's going to not be good. But I do think that is underrated that people haven't talked about is we're going to Foxborough. Sure, it's Bill Belichick and all that. But Matt Patricia might be worse than Matt Millen. And for you Lions fans out there, like those are the two worst coaches or people for the Lions organizations to ever live on this planet. And going to play Matt Patricia, and some of those guys remember being coached under Matt Patricia, and some of them, and they want to. It's a little revenge spot because they can't stand that dude. So I don't know if they just like Dan Campbell because they hated Matt Patricia so much, or he's just actually likable. But he's a little goofy too. So, Dan he's out there, man.
Jesse, from a non-biased opinion, what do you think about the Patriots, the Lions at the Patriots? It's open -1.5 Pats. It's up to a 3 with 85% of the money on the Pats, and 84% is on the over. The 44 goes to a 45.5. What are your thoughts?
Does my memory serve me correct, or did the Lions not beat the Patriots under Matt Patricia?
Yeah,
they did. It was like week 3.
Yeah. I mean, he won a couple games, but he's a terrible person. It just
that
was a pretty big win, though. I mean, the Patriots were a dynasty at that time, so that was a pretty big win for a guy like that for that team. But I don't know. This game's got pass written all over it to me. The Lions. Who knows what you're going to get from them? And who's playing quarterback for the Patriots is the other question. Bailey Zapp?
I don't know why they would even throw the ball. Unless they're super down by like 2 touchdowns or more. I mean, it's run. It's maybe some play action, maybe some small passes, little, very safe passes, screen yards, 4 yards here or there. There's no reason to go deep. Run the ball right down their throat if I'm New England. But I think the easiest play in this game is just the over, because the Lions can't stop you from scoring, and nobody's yet to stop them from scoring, to be honest with you. And that's even without St. Brown and Swift last week and number 2 wide receiver, DJ Chark.
Yeah, the other thing about Belichick is that I know it's sort of a cliche, but I've been able to pick up on this, especially watching a lot of the film that the Patriot writers watch here. He's always able to take away the best weapon on the other team. And if it's not Swift, assuming Williams is playing, Williams is good. I mean, there's like a 1-point drop-off between Swift and Williams. But I think Belichick will do his best to take away TJ Hawkinson, who just ate at the buffet all game long against
Finally.
Seattle. I mean, he was incredible. So if Bill can take him away, then you make Jared Goff beat you with a backup running back and some backup wide receivers. I'll be looking at that injury report too, Lenny, because I know that they had 2 linemen on the list too. So if they're down maybe 2 linemen, their best receiver, their best running back, and Bill can take away Hawkinson, that could be interesting. I came prepared here with this stat. The Lions have 18 total touchdowns this season. The Bears, Broncos, and Cowboys combined have 18 touchdowns, but they all have a better record than the Lions. How is that possible?
Listen, the Lions
Like
never.
a Lions fan right there.
I mean, I'm 49 years old, and they've yet to surprise. Like, I'm never surprised by any stat on anything this year. Number 1 offense ranked in the NFL through 4 or 5 weeks, whatever week we're in, and the worst defense in the league as well. Like, it couldn't be any more lopsided if you tried. Which I guess is not like, if we're going to drink the Kool-Aid as Lions fans, usually we're like middle of the road or bottom of the barrel for both sides of the ball. So if we're going to be really good, at least we got one side of the ball we're really good on. Frank Ragnow is the big deal there on that offensive line at center. He's questionable, and that could be a big they like to run up the middle. They like to run off center guard issue, stuff like that. So with him being out, that could be an issue. But I think Jamal Williams still eats. And I think Jared Goff plays okay. He's a good game manager, and that's about it. I don't expect him to run down the field and win me a game, but I just hope he doesn't lose me a game. So that's all I got. I don't know. I just like the over. That's the only thing I'm betting. is the over in that game. Staying away. Maybe a Jamal Williams anytime touchdown, just so we can see the hip thrust again, because his hips don't lie when he scores. So that's all I got.
Do you have anything on the college games tonight, Sammy?
No, nothing tonight, but I made 2 plays the other day. I took 17.5 with Army against Wake Forest. That won't be, a popular play, but Wake goes from facing Clemson, upsetting Florida State. Now they got to get back up again for Army, and Army just turned the ball over, recklessly last week. Army's also 1-3. They're not as good as they've been in years past, but like Army fundamentally is a bitch to play against because they run you to death. They slow the pace. And I think it's going to be tough for Wake to get up for the 3rd straight game. So I took 17 with Army, and I'm from Illinois. I know this, being an Illinois fan for 30 years. We can never have anything nice. Anytime people start to get excited about Illinois.
Like Detroit.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we're going to put Illinois on at 7 o'clock.
The Midwest.
Put them on the Big Ten Network. We're going to pump them up, and they're going to lose to Iowa. Like, that's just the way it goes. So Illinois, power run, is facing Iowa, power run defense. I know Iowa isn't as good as they've been in years past, but Illinois should not be laying 3.5 against Iowa. Their strength plays into the strength of Iowa, and I took 3.5 with the Hawkeyes.
Ooh, Jesse is on the other side of you. He likes Illinois here.
Oh,
Tell
yeah?
him why, Jesse.
I got to disagree. I don't think Illinois looks like a one-dimensional team at this point. They really looked like a complete team against Wisconsin. Obviously, step up with Iowa's defense being a little bit better, but Iowa's looked as bad as they've ever looked, really. I mean, they haven't been competitive in a lot of things. I mean, last week, even against Michigan, they were unable to cover against Michigan. Iowa's not going to be able to get enough points that they're going to have to hold Illinois to under 14 points. And I mean, the way Illinois is playing with Chase Brown, and DeVito's been pretty solid. He's not turning the ball over. That he's able to throw enough to, there's enough of a passing game there, mix it up a little bit. They look like a complete team to me.
All right, Robert Franklin, my spirit animal, agrees with you. Would you like a rebuttal?
A rebuttal? No, I'm good. My bet's in.
Right.
As somebody who's rooted for Illinois for 20 plus years, like, I know this pain. I mean, we're heads up, 7-up, and I appreciate a good fight. But
Right.
we shall. This could be 14-13. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 14-13.
No.
All right. All right. We shall see. They're going to play that game, and one of you is going to be right. For me, I'm not going to bet on that game now. I don't need to get involved.
It's an ugly game. I mean, I think whoever scores 10 first wins.
The total's 35.5.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't pretty. Again, not the prettiest girl, but that's who I'm leaving with, okay? I'm just saying. It's like I'm a Michigan State fan. Big Ten, we just can't have nothing nice either. And now we're about to get just destroyed against Ohio State this weekend. So, I mean, I have zero faith. Now, you could have given me 42 points and I wouldn't take Michigan State. And that line's at 27. It's nasty.
Huh.
Lenny's so defeated.
It's a
win for Lenny.
Hey, let's go Red Wings, man. Let's go Red Wings. The season's around the corner. We got the Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Pistons. We got a little, whatever. I do think the Lions are like 2 years away from actually being competitive in that division. Maybe a year. If they keep this offense together and then get their defense to be marginal at best, we're okay. Like, I think we could be competitive. But, I mean, if you look at our division, the Bears suck. Minnesota's going to be competitive this year, but not great. And, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers does Aaron Rodgers things. So it is what it is.
So a lot of talk on this Eagles and Cardinals game. We've got the Eagles at the Cardinals. It was a 4.5. It went to a 5, 55% of the money on the Eagles. 48.5 is at a 49. The money's on the under. What do we think about this? Kind of some back and forth here. Jesse, do you have any initial thoughts on Eagles Cardinals?
It looks like a good spot to take the home dog, I think. As good as the Eagles have looked, of course, that's what everybody's going to see is the Eagles look great. Everybody's all over the Eagles. So just from a value standpoint, I think this is a spot where the Eagles will be overrated. I don't have any plays on this game. I'm not going to be run. I kind of hate the Cardinals. I picked them to go under their season win total this year. I'm not surprised. They've looked terrible at times. Their offensive line can't get it done. I'm not a big Kyler Murray fan, but from a situational standpoint, a value standpoint, I would not be on the road chalk here. I'd be more inclined to take the home dog.
All right, what do you think?
This number should be like 3.5 or 4. But to Jesse's point, I mean, the overinflation of the Eagles is a real thing, not only in the betting market, but if you watch these shows on TV with the talking heads, it's like everybody's got the Eagles either 1 or 2 in their power ratings, even though they don't make power ratings. You know what I mean? So eventually they're going to face adversity. Eventually Jalen Hurts will have a bad football game, but stepping in front of a freight train is no fun. And I would lean to the dog here, especially because Kyler Murray is the most unique quarterback they will have faced to date. His ability to make plays in the backfield and make broken plays. I think the backdoor too, I don't think it ever closes in this game. Even if the Eagles are up 10 and Kyler's got the ball, Eagles going to prevent, that opens up the door for a 3-point win. But I do not have a single dollar on this game.
Yeah, I can't say that's one I'm going to be betting on either.
I gave out this on Joe Madden's Vegas Insiders from yesterday. I like the Cardinals here. I think 5 is too much. 3 is probably a more accurate number. And I think it's a field goal game, like decided by a field goal either way. I'll probably sprinkle a little bit on some Arizona, just a little sprinkle. But that not much. But that's probably my favorite dog of the week. In the NFL anyway. Yeah. Because I think it's everybody's like, ooh, we're just going to go ahead and give Philly the Super Bowl. Let's just let them have the Lombardi Trophy now. They're so great.
That comment by Rick
come back to
kind of
earth
does it
sooner or
all.
later. They were doing that with Buffalo at the beginning of the year. Remember, they were giving Buffalo the trophy too. Meanwhile, the Lions aren't out of this, folks.
That's the exact sentiment that makes it. That's why I would bet against the Eagles. Is that kind of sentiment right there? All the fans, all the public saying, "How could you bet against the Eagles right now?" That mentality is going to inflate the line, and that's why the line's sitting at 5, 5.5 instead of 3, 3.5. So that's why we would bet against the Eagles.
Now, of course, that doesn't mean that they can't win by 7, but I think the principles of what we're saying, eventually the balloon pops or the pig gets fat. And I wouldn't be surprised either. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like if we get to Sunday, this might get 6. So you might be able to wait. I don't know that it would last long, but I think we might see a 6 pop on game day.
It's definitely on a teaser card on a 6-point teaser card with some other NFL games. I'm taking it over 10. I'll take it to get it, over 10 points. And I think, first of all, you got an East Coast team going west. You know what I mean? Right. I don't like those games, or I don't like West Coast teams going east. So I don't like those just in general. So, and plus that 5.5, it's a weird number. We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about.
I heard you on Hannah Mears trying to talk about 5.5 without saying the law of Ross Benjamin. Like you came
because it's been around since before Ross Benjamin was alive, and he's like 150 years old still. It's been around.
I don't know why you can't just. I don't know why you can't just follow. We talked about it on the show. We said it on the show. It became a thing on the show. I followed it on the show, and every time you're like, "That's not a real thing," and I'm like, "Well, 3."
I'm going to trademark the number 3.
With 5.5 so far. You just can't give me credit. It's not even me, it's Rob.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
I'm all riled up. My matcha's kicking in. My green tea's kicking in, people. All right.
Oh,
I'm getting all riled. Arizona's 0-7 against the spread, the last 7 at home. Well, that's something, isn't it?
I'm not going to be betting Arizona, but I'm going to hope that the Eagles at least win this game straight up, because I think there will be a great spot to bet against the Eagles. And, if it isn't this week, it's going to be coming up, and it'll ruin it if the Eagles were to lose to Arizona, that would sort of ruin that whole overinflated spot bet that you're going to see in the next week or two.
That's a good point too. Arizona home field is never in their advantage. So yeah, so that's just really a stay away game is what we've kind of decided on that one. We'll just probably stay away from that. Okay, so we are winding it down. Jesse Schul, you can find him and his premium plays over at picksandparlays.net. I told you guys, number 3 on the site for the last 30 days. Here it is right here. Boom. Jesse is number 3 over the last 30 days, 46-22. He's up $2,000 if you're betting with him. And for all of 2022, he's up $1,600. Number 5 on the list. So definitely head over to picksandparlays.net, check out Jesse, and then use the promo code NFL. Okay, NFL is going to save you 20% off whatever you buy from Jesse. Also, catch him again live. He'll be on the Power Hour at 3 p.m. Eastern today with me. And we'll give you lots more free picks. All right. And then Sammy P, you can find him at SP Shoot. Watch the Nesson Daily Sports Betting Show at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, apparently. And then these are our picks that we went through. So disagreement on this one. Jesse is all in with this Illinois -3.5, but Sammy says he can't have nice things. Illinois just can't. So he's on the other side of it. So maybe tread lightly or maybe crisscross tease him. A little crisscross action for you. Lenny's teaser for tonight. He's going to take Nevada plus the 3 and the over 38 with UNLV plus 13. So 3-team teaser there. And then NFL teaser, he's going with the Colts and the under. Sammy's college football play of the week. He likes Army plus that 17. That is a crud ton of points, and I like it. That Wake Forest team has been through a lot in the past few weeks. So it's time, man. I love me a good freaking military academy. You're not a conspiracy theory person, if you can tell. Here's the thing. If you've got a letter X, 0 words that start with the letter X sound that way. It's all zzz, right? Xylophones and crap like that. Now, if it is something like communicated, it's EX, which could easily be spelled with the ECK or EK. You don't even need the X there. I'm telling you, it's stupid. It's a number. It's a symbol. It doesn't need to be.
I blame Ross Benjamin. He created the letter X.
Every time you say it, it sounds like a Z. So what's the freaking point of the X? All right. There, I got that out. I was holding that in a really long time.
Hey, the only X I'm worried about is DMX. So stop, drop, roll, set him up, set him down, open up shop. That's all I know. Okay.
Jeez Louise, that's linguistic. It's just my own weird thing that, in college, I'm sitting around stoned one day, just contemplating the world and how it works. And I'm like, X isn't even a fucking letter, man. X isn't even a letter, man. They're fooling us. Okay, anyway. I'm sorry, Xavier. See, Xavier with a Z. Is that?
See,
or do we say X
your
Xavier?
mom misspelled your name on your birth certificate.
You say Xavier. And you probably should blame Louis Armstrong. Okay, thank you for letting me rant because I had to get that out of me. I never said I wasn't crazy. Never came out of my mouth. Okay.
That's going to do it for us, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because we're going to go down this rabbit hole all day if you let her.
Yes, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and then don't forget about FanDuel's no sweat first bet up to $1,000. All you got to do is find the link. It's in the description of this video. It's not even hard. It's like right there for you. And remember, if you want to pick up Jesse's premium plays, head over to picksandparlays.net. Use that promo code NFL. And tonight we are going to be doing a total chaos. So definitely keep that in mind. Probably around 6 p.m. Eastern today. Oh, no, I'm not a QAnoner. Dolphins, Ravens, Detroit over 45 in a parlay from Robert Franklin. You're welcome. Xavier. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I almost got through it without losing my mind. I was so close. I warned you when the matcha kicks in. It's all bad news. All right, guys, have a great night. That's the thing. Are we doing a halftime show tonight, Lenny? Do you know? Have you heard?
I don't know. Sure. Maybe. Possibly.
All right.
Depends. I don't know. You have to check with my wife. I don't know what I got going on tonight.
It's not me. I'm not doing
wife-ager.
He doesn't
No,
want me
not
to
my work
play football.
wife-ager. My actual wife-ager.
Oh. The other one. Okay,
Hopefully
so
I don't
like,
have any more
subscribe.
Halloween
That's why you got to ring the bell for notifications, because if we do go live with an in-play show, you are going to want to watch it and make some money with us. So do that. Ring the bell. All right. Good luck to everybody, unless you're against Lenny.
Bye. Go Lions.